Last day of February 2025. Good day, everybody. 91 new listings hit the market in the past 7 days throughout the entire Santa Clarita Valley city. What does that mean for you as a real estate buyer and also real estate seller? It's going to create some pressure on the sellers out there because there's going to be more competition. And if you have a property that happens to be for sale, you've been teetering back and forth, between reduce the price or give it a little bit more time. Then all of a sudden, things, as they sometimes are, you'll have some competition enter into your neighborhood, and maybe they don't have to make that same profit as you do. Maybe they have less that they owe on the property, whatever it may be. Maybe they have to sell because of other reasons, divorce, disease, death, some other big problems out there. But you'll see that if those properties do come onto the market in direct competition with yours, that price point is going to become incredibly important. For the buyers out there, they will see this information. I was talking to a previous seller earlier. We were talking about the real estate market, and they were asking me, why is it that these syndication websites show so much information about their houses? Because it's all public record. And their opinions as far as values go, they put those out there depending on who happens to be looking at the site. If they have buyers looking at the site, they will try to make it more attractive to the buyer to try to get more views on that particular property. And if they're looking at sellers, if sellers be looking at the site, they will be trying to tempt those sellers into giving up their property address, name, email, and phone number so they can resell the information in the way of obtaining what their property happens to be worth, as if it's going to be in direct competition with the sellers out there currently listed on the market. When you're looking at real estate from all vantage points, you want to make sure you use a local source like SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com. That's my system. It's unlocked, and you're not going to face any of the nonsense. There's not any ads there. It's just me, myself, and I. I write blogs about the local market so you can get information. Now, there are some grant programs out there. I was talking to a lender. There's also different loan types that don't require any money down, i.e. a USDA type loan for residential real estate. And we do have some properties that fit within that particular criteria, so it'd be almost buying a property as if you had a veteran's loan but weren't a veteran. But the properties have to fit in a particular profile before they're able to be utilized for that program. As far as down payment amounts, you have many. You can just basically call your shot. Most everything that has less than 20% down, though, is going to carry an extra fee called PMI, or property mortgage insurance. For you buyers out there, that may be something that you want to pay attention to, because that number can be hundreds of dollars per month, depending on the borrowing amount and other criteria. That's something to check into when you are borrowing money. And if you're so close to 20% and might be able to borrow from a relative to be able to make up the difference, and that fits within your profile and your FICO score and all that other fancy stuff, and is able to have that deal cut, is able to have that deal actually go through with you being able to borrow money to contribute, that might be a better place to be in the long term, even if you have to repay that. Something to look at and something to consider. In addition, looking around online at SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com, I see a lot of homeowners association dues that if the new housing that seem to be over $1,000 or $1,200 a month, that is a bunch of money, folks. But again, the more we get into the future, I believe those amounts, just like the Melrose taxes and special assessments, are something that are much more accepted now than they were even 20 years ago or 26 years ago when I started in the business. 27. Ha! Look at that. Look at SantaClaritaOpenHouses.com. You can check out the blog there. Also, I have other things that I have placed there. You can see the properties that are currently listed for sale. That's all of them. Including that, you can also see open houses as they're posted and put on the market. So if you're out there looking around, you can feel free to use that resource. Now, I will tell you, there are some buyers out there that are basically wanting to use the listing agent or the seller's agent when you go purchase a car. And I understand the price point, depending on the car, the price point is less than residential real estate, at least for the most part. But when you go into a car dealership, you're dealing with the agent representing the seller. it would be cool if you could go in with your own person, which, some of us that are very good at that, to do all the negotiation, and because they already know the inner workings of dealerships, to be able to get the bottom line on that car without you having to spend 6 hours standing up, walking out, coming back in, and those sorts of things. With residential real estate, that's already baked in. You can have your own agent representing you, as has been historically the record. But right now, there are differences with regard to how that agent's going to get paid. So when you are out there getting ready to look at property and your agent is telling you to sign a buyer-broker agreement, they have to do it because that's now part of the process. The terms of that buyer-broker agreement are completely negotiable. So if they're charging you a fee, you don't see the value, talk to them about it. I'm Connor with Honor. We will see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.